It is 2026. This is the first episode this year of Rope Break. We want to welcome you. We got a lot of things to talk about, intense anticipations of 2026. With you today, you got me, myself, Peter Wesley, and I'm here with.
I'm elderly and I'm pissed. I'm Alex.
We want to welcome you to Rope Break. Let's get into it. What do you want to talk about first?
Man, let's just we've seen the first episodes of Raw. We've seen the first episodes of Dynamite and Collision of 2026. Yeah, let's start there. WWE Raw. They're already bringing up all kind of people. There's talks of Obafemi. He relinquished the NXT title. We got Javon Evans
Yes.
getting called up during a break.
Yeah, we were getting called up some SmackDown before, so why wasn't this on Raw? I don't know. But happy
This
for it. Happy for it.
Yes. And then we got Trick Williams. That was last year, but we got Trick Williams, Jordan Grace. We definitely, there's talks of Jada Parker and Lola
Wait a
Vice
minute.
also getting called up.
Jordan got called up.
Yes, Jordan was she did little vignettes during Smack. Not vignettes, she was in the backstage area of SmackDown talking to Nick Aldis and everybody else.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, Jordan Grace got called up. And there's talks of Blake Monroe getting called up as well, even though she was rumored to be there for the rest of the year, till the rest of this year, and called up later on.
Is that the apology?
Maybe that's, well, that Nepo baby bitch. Look at that. I mean, so we got everybody. The call-ups are different, especially with the end of so many people. Tommy Hashi retired earlier this year, beginning of the year. Cena retired last year. There's rumors that AJ's retiring this year. Jericho might come back.
He has said it.
Well, yeah, he said it. So AJ's retiring this year. Will Gunther retire everyone? I mean, Randy Orton, your last. He got Goldberg. He got John Cena. Brock Lesnar's supposed to retire this year as well. That's the rumor.
Yeah. Supposedly at SummerSlam.
So Gunther is going to go on a retiring spree. They need to bring back the Undertaker so he can get power bombed one time. He can power bomb Michelle. We need him to just power bomb legends, women. He needs to power bomb Nikki, Brie. I would love it if he chopped Nikki and popped one of her boobs. That would be epic TV.
Jordan Grace just came out and said that she had a boob pop and she didn't know that was possible until it happened.
Well, I didn't know her boobs were real. So there's that. And if fake.
Oh yeah, no. Fake. Yeah. I didn't know until she made that post.
Because I didn't even think she had boobs, but I guess she got so much muscle.
She probably got them before the muscle.
Yeah, she didn't get those China boobs. She needs to get those China boobs where they made them just because China had too much muscle for boobs. The China 3000s.
I don't think she had those problems at the time. I don't know.
But anyway, so who are you looking forward to? We got all kind of people, from AEW. Jake something left TNA and went to AEW. So we got all kind of crazy stuff. But who are you looking forward to in 2026?
Man, I'm looking forward to Javon Evans on Raw. Like you mentioned on NXT, Oba dropped the title. I'm interested to see where he would play at. I'm interested in Trick Williams. He's already handling himself well on SmackDown, so I'm interested to see where that'll go. He's been there for a minute, but Carmelo Hayes just recently won the U.S. title. I'm interested to see how his push is going to go. I've been a big Carmelo fan, so I haven't given up on him. Like I said, I haven't given up on Austin Theory either. So those are two guys I'm wanting to see flourish in 2026.
Oh yeah, definitely. Javon Evans, I completely agree with you on. People I just want to see. Leon Slater. I'm really interested in Leon Slater. I can see them making him the face of TNA.
Now, and I know you said we talked about this before the show about Leon Slater, but you also mentioned about how Leon was on Saturday Night's Main Event. And while you say he could be the face of TNA, something in my head is wondering is how long has he got on that contract, and does WWE have big plans for him?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's getting the rub of Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry got moved. Obviously, Joe Hendry was the TNA champion, the face of the brand, and now he's a guy on NXT and probably going to be the face of NXT. That's actually a person I see taking the spot of Oba are Javon Evans and feuding with people like Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, who are just the newly healed Ricky Saints. I would love Ricky to stay a babyface, considering that you took your top babyfaces out of the brand, and Ricky is a star. But you have the TNA effect. But with him, I don't. With Leon Slater, I can definitely see the WWE wanting him. He's young. He's just as charismatic as Javon, only he's British. He has that light skin swag. I know that's
just
still
fix
in.
His teeth.
Just fix his teeth. Hey, he has the British teeth, man. You know how that is. Cheerio, mate. He got the Cheerio, mate smile. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But he's over. I think his 450 Swanton 450 is crazy.
God. Yes.
But I'm also looking for.
What would happen to The Rock if he attempted the 450 Swanton?
He would have broke his neck. Okay, he would have broke his freaking neck. Okay, we don't need that. He'd be Stephen Hawkins. Okay, that would be The Rock right now. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, no, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Crazy thing is, he would be flopping around so good that you probably just think he was selling it.
We be making a documentary about The Rock.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel plays The Rock. That would be such a slap to his face. He'd be so mad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All we need is just an androgynously black person just to play The Rock. It doesn't matter. Or do some atrocious thing. Roman Reigns plays The Rock. Shave your head. No, I'm going to be The Rock the way I am. Dressed exactly the way I am. No makeup. I want them to know it's Roman Reigns. Just as The Rock. They can give him the Akuma treatment. Yes, I'm talking about you, Street Fighter. The fuck was that?
Does anybody like anybody's character in... We can talk about that another time.
Yeah. That's... At least Cody tried. Fuck. Didn't even try with fucking Akuma and Joe Anoa'i. God damn it.
I think everything is so outlandish that it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be as good as the first Street Fighter movie.
You think so?
As good as the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it in a while. Although, you need
to rewatch it. But it's horrible. I love it, but it's horrible. I love it because it is bad.
But see, I think this one's gonna be like one of those where it doesn't take itself too serious and end up being. Yeah, I think people gonna like it, but we'll see.
We will see, but just to round, I'm looking forward for Kevin Knight on the AEW front, Blackout style. I'm looking forward to Kevin Knight doing something, So Leon Slater, Javon Evans, Kevin Knight, Obafemi, Lash Legend. I want to see if she does anything. If they put her when her and Nia break up, who's going to be the babyface? Who's going to be the heel? Because I know they're going to break up eventually, obviously.
I think Lash. I think Nia is a heel for
forever.
Yeah.
She'll get booed at the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I could, I think it could work as her as a face, but what I won't like as her as a face is like Nia having to deal with the weird like bully angles. Like if that's the only idea you have for her as a baby face, I'm good. Keep her as a heel.
They're gonna call her Piggy Nia.
Yeah, that type of stuff. Like I think they did it with who is she feuding with? Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
I'm good on that. I don't need the whole,
Mean Girls versus the fat girl who can kill them.
Yeah,
who should be killing them.
But they try to do something like that with what's her name from UFC?
Ronda. No,
they tried to do something similar with that. It didn't work, and it didn't last long, and it didn't need to.
They can't. I don't see that with Nia. But Lash, I would love to see Lash. I want to see whenever Bianca Belair comes back what she does, because she only wrestled for a few months last year, 4, and then it was done, 4 and done. Because she broke her finger and
she's been gone so long. I forgot why she left.
I had to remember because I watched an interview on that 106 in Park when she was on 106 in Park, and that's the only reason I know. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she did break her finger. My bad, I forgot.
Yeah.
Her and the broken finger. I feel like she's going to come back in the Rumble. And I want to see if Jericho does come back to the WWE or if he's just trolling people and coming back in AEW.
Listen, this thing about Jericho. He's going to come. If he ever does re-sign with WWE, hybrid entrance, everybody's going to be hype. It's going to be, trending on Twitter. And 2 months from now, people are going to say he's old, he's fat, he's out of shape. He's too slow. We've already seen this happen. And I know the casuals haven't got to see it, Well, actually, one day they did. They did get to see it. There was a day on AEW. I think that they played right after an NBA game, and a lot of people watching NBA was watching it, and Twitter went crazy,
As they started
bullying
Fat
Chris Jericho.
Jericho.
Yes, they don't. We don't need that again. We don't need it.
I
And I
remember.
know Jericho. I've seen he's in better shape. You know, and I know that's only going to last for a month. And then
I feel like this. It can last longer if they use him right. And by using him right, I mean no house shows for Chris.
I'm pretty sure he'd be able to that right.
Twice and work twice a month. Every other Raw. Every other SmackDown. We don't need him every day. I don't need to see Chris Jericho. I don't need to see him 52 weeks in a year. I don't need to. I'd rather see Roman Reigns 52 weeks in a year.
But that's more time for Chris to be alone drinking.
I mean, he's gonna be alone. He can be with the boys drinking. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and he's gonna be like, "Come on, Hunter, let's get drunk. Come on, Steph. Yeah, Chris, let's have some wine."
They don't like him. I don't. Steph might. Hunter don't like him.
Everybody says they love Steph. Everybody says they love Steph. Steph loves everybody. Nobody likes Triple H. They need balance. That's how you have a balanced relationship. One is loved, one is like, I guess I'll hang out with you because you with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's usually how it is.
Yeah.
You know? So
speaking of Raw, how'd you feel about Raw having a Stranger Things theme? Now AEW does this a lot, but it's the first time I think WWE has done it.
Other than when they had a strange zombie match.
So WWE has done that stuff for matches.
Yeah. But usually not themes of shows. But I feel like this is the Netflix influence.
Right. Definitely.
So it being the year Netflix it's being the year ended their biggest show, which was Stranger Things, and now we have this. I feel that the show was lackluster for all the things that they were advertising it. You know, they was like, "Oh, this is going to be a big show." You know, we didn't have any legends come through. There weren't even one person from Stranger Things showed up.
I wasn't expecting it.
But
I wanted some, but I wasn't expecting it.
Like a star of Stranger Things. Not even not even an extra. Nobody showed up. I mean, the director of Stranger Things could have been there. The writer, something. I'm not, like I said, I haven't watched Stranger Things. I want to watch it eventually because if I'm going to watch it, I'm just going to watch it all at one time. You know? So, but I can say this. I like the color, but that's the same color as Monday Night Raw. It's just red and black. So it wasn't even anything different. They just put some little extra stuff. They got a little belt. They made up some shirts to put up for it. But the way they were hyping up the show, and I'm not even counting the Jericho teasers or nothing of that stuff, but the way they were hyping up the show, I wanted something big to happen. Nothing big happened. There was no Seth Rollins. There was no surprise call up. Oba didn't come out. He didn't relinquish his title to the next day. It was a very lackluster show. I also feel the same thing about Dynamite from yesterday. Very just.
I feel like as far as Raw and especially the Oba thing, part of me thinks that Oba decision probably would happen at the last minute. So that's probably why he didn't show up. You know, like what is her name from? She used to be in the what was the group before it was LWO?
Oh, Zelina Vega.
Yeah, she did. I seen an interview with her. Yeah, I seen an interview with her. She said she was supposed to debut on SmackDown with the boys. Then Shawn Michaels called her and was like, "Hey, there was a change in plans. Wasn't my decision. You're not going with the boys. You staying here in NXT."
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like Legado del Fantasma would have been over if she would have walked in with Escobar and the rest of the group, because she's not little. That's a big woman, you know. She's pretty and she's big. They didn't need Zelina. Zelina should have did.
Zelina is, but I think, and that's probably why they didn't take her. I think with Zelina, which she has something now, but I think a lot of times it's what do we do with her? And it's like,
she's solo.
We can throw her, you know, with them. And I think that's one of those things with her sometimes is what do we, but now she's got something she can do. She might not like this, but I think she's great as a manager. She's great as a manager that can run in and do spots in matches. She can come in, she'll do a nice little, you know, moonsault Hurricane Rana type thing. I liked it when she was with Andrade and she'd do stuff like that. And it's like, okay, I get you can work, but you're good where you are. You can sure do your little spots and then go back to what you're great at.
Yeah. I mean, I know she can work. I know she can work from
Yeah,
TNA.
yeah.
But this WWE girls are big. They're big girls. I mean, obviously, if you sit her next to the SmackDown female roster, the only person that she can wrestle is Alexa Bliss. And
And small people, can do stuff. That's not my knock on her about being small. I mean, but I'm assuming
she,
that it's somebody's.
I feel like she's small, and I feel like they're gonna kill her. Like I don't feel that way about Roxanne, if that makes sense. Like I feel like Roxanne is a little bit bigger, like just a little bit thicker
Right, right, right.
than Zelina. Zelina's in an amazing shape. She has abs. So is Roxanne. Roxanne isn't fat, but it's just like I feel like Roxanne is younger. She's more athletic, like naturally just athletic
Hmm.
than Zelina. I feel like Zelina tries. I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago when they were supposed to do like it was supposed to be where she flipped over out of the Riptide into a Canadian in not into a Canadian destroyer. She was supposed to flip out of the Riptide and hit a code red. She flipped out of the Riptide, landed on her head.
Mm.
Yes, instead of the code red, Rita didn't flip. Rita just fell on top of her and she landed head first. It was like a power drop.
Oh man.
Like everybody was like, "Oh, she's dead." Like you could hear Corey Graves like, "Oh man," like he's just like, "Oh, they can recall it." Instead,
And
Rhea
she,
was selling like she hit the code red, but no, that's not what happened. She
and
was
Roxanne just went back to.
not Roxanne, Zelina. This
I
is
mean,
Zelina.
oh, okay, okay, okay. I got you now.
This was
Oh
Zelina.
yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Was this during the ambulance match?
In the ambulance. No, the week before the ambulance when they
Week,
were the
week
tag
four.
team match. The tag team match.
And just letting her just pop up on brands because I seen her pop up at the ambulance and I was just like what are we doing here? I know she's not the only one, but
No, oh
it's
no,
just,
no. Well now she was there, I guess. So she was there for the mixed tag team match. Well, the eight women's tag team match that happened earlier the night. The beginning of the show started with her, Rio. Well, it was Rio, the team of Rio, our new
mm,
tag team champions, and
yeah.
Charlotte and Alexa versus the Kabuki Warriors and Nia Jax and Lash Legend. So that's the reason she was there for that
Okay.
match. But they are blending more of the talent. Granted, now that Rhea and Io are the tag team champions, they can go on any brand.
Yeah. So they good.
But at the time, they weren't. But they were just doing that because they were feuding with the tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors. But I mean, I guess they're doing a soft brand split. And by soft, I mean people still show up whatever right now because this near Mania season. I think it'll probably get tightened up after Mania because,
Yeah,
they just
maybe.
want people to watch TV.
I got you. I got you.
They just want people to watch TV. But who in AEW do you see stepping up in 2026?
I don't know.
Damn. Okay.
So
Damn. All right.
that's a horrible answer.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh wow, everybody gonna see this. This is gonna be clipped. I'm telling you. These mother, you don't know. Look at that roster. Look at that roster. The
Let
whole
me let me
roster.
let me hear who you got to
Okay.
make up for that.
Okay. I mean, obviously the AEW heavyweight champion of the world, I think is one of the best guys they have on the roster. They recently soft turned John Moxley kind of in the middle babyface right now. So I'm pretty sure he's going to get kicked out of the Death Riders pretty soon.
Yes.
So I'll see Moxley. But the people I'm looking for, man, I want to see Takeshna. Really, I like Takeshna. Takeshna, Kyle Fletcher, whenever Ospreay comes back. Obviously Swerve.
Okay. See, when you said, I thought you were talking about like somebody new, and that's why I
Oh,
was like,
Kevin,
I'm
the Jet Kevin Knight, obviously. When we talk
all just
about
right off, like just
just young people.
okay.
Kevin Knight, he beat Darby Allin. He's doing coast to coast drop kicks and shit. So come on now, you can't have this young man not be one of the top stars. Like I would love to see him and Swerve. Since every wrestling promotion likes to see black people wrestle black people for some strange reason, like we can't just wrestle. Like you black, you got to feud with yourself. If you kill each other, may as well wrestle each other.
I mean, the
What?
Mexicans have been doing that too lately on WWE.
Well, I think the Mexicans just like, you want to wrestle lucha? Yeah, let's wrestle lucha.
Yeah.
But if you're going to wrestle lucha, you can only wrestle lucha with a few people that know how to wrestle lucha. Who? Finn Balor and AJ Styles is the only people you can wrestle that can wrestle lucha that are not Mexican. And Dominic, who doesn't wrestle lucha either, but
But he wrestles over there though, so
he wrestles luchas and he's their champion.
Is there update on his status or?
By the way, yeah, I don't know. Let's get well soon, Dominic Mysterio, but they said undisclosed amount of time that he's off. But I guess they're not going to strip the titles from him,
so he should be all right.
So he should be all right. Stephanie Vaquer is hurt as well, like a legit shoot hurt, not just. So I guess it's going to give her a little bit of time to heal after the attack by Rodriguez.
Well, get well soon.
Yes, to both of them. But Kevin Knight, Jake something, since he made his move, I want to see what he does. And Josh Alexander, they put some stuff on Alexander. So that's who I see in. And when it comes to women, just take your pick. We got Mercedes, Toni Storm.
What do you think about the return last night
of Andrade Idolo?
Again,
I assume that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he got his legal situation taken care of. I mean, I feel like the impact is already done. The lights going out and you coming out the second time wasn't as big as the first time, and then you had to leave because
that's out of his hands, man. That's out of his hands. This is the man who just wants to wrestle. The man who just wanted to wrestle. He left a company that he claims he loved for love.
Yeah,
and love did not win, so he had to go back and go back. And then his other employees said, "Nope, you can't work. We don't want you working. We let you go, but we got some clauses." And he's like, and then what was it? How many years was it that they said it was going to be?
They said he couldn't compete. They said it was going to be one full calendar year.
One full calendar. Okay, I was hearing it might have been more. It was something crazy.
I think it was just one, but I'm glad that David Otunga. No, I'm joking. But whoever his lawyer is helped him out and got him.
Well, David Otunga said he knew a way that he could easily get him out of the contract, even though he has not seen the contract. But he said he knew some things, and I believe him.
I believe him. I trust him. If David Otunga, I got some stuff, man. If you ever see this, please hit me up. And I need you pro bono, of course, because I can't afford you. You were married to Jennifer Hudson. I can't afford you, but I can't help your lifestyle, but
God.
But I'm happy that he came. I'm happy that he made it. But here's my issue with Andrade. So he does have a manager. He has Don Callis, the most over manager in AEW with heat, anyway. Because I think people just like to laugh at Stokely. Stokely doesn't have heat. Anyway, Stokely's funny.
Love Stokely. Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, so, he's funny in NXT.
Yeah, he was. He's great, and I think that's the reason the WWE wanted to keep him. But he couldn't just say the random crazy shit. I ain't got no hoes, stuff like that on WWE TV.
I think he could say it on NXT, which is weird because I feel like NXT has a weird urban edge to it that Raw and SmackDown don't.
I mean, if we look at NXT, we had, this is pre-call up, obviously. We have Jada Parker. We have Devon Evans, Ricky. Ricky's still black. We got Trick. We got Booker T saying all kind of random isms on the commentary. It's very black. It's very hood. It's very urban.
And so I do feel like he would have been able to get away with stuff with that, but I don't know if it would have been as welcomed on Raw.
No.
I don't think he would have been able to call Gunther a raggedy bitch, but
no. If it would have happened on Raw, it would have to be under Vince, and Charles White, the Godfather, would have to be in the back. Because as soon as he said "ain't got no hoes," you would have to hear that and then he's like, if somebody said they ain't got no hoes,
Yeah.
It would have to be turned into an entire skit, not just him just saying it randomly and getting over organically from saying some crazy shit like he did, But I think he fits better definitely in AEW. But and also in AEW, I want to see if FTR. There's some things I don't want to see in AEW. Like, please don't come back Edge and Christian.
Wait a minute, you're not a fan of Christian?
I love Christian. Christian is my favorite ruthless aggression guy. Because that's when it.
You're not a friend of stepdad Christian.
I was a fan of that when he would just come out and talk about people's dads. But he's old. Stop. When you're 50.
So I don't have a problem with that to a degree. I don't want to sound hypocritical because I did just go in on Jericho, but I feel like I guess it's one of those things. If you're usable, like if you can go, I
Yeah.
think Christian can still go.
Christian can go, but Christian can go, but I think about, is his quality of life going to be the same?
He's usually pretty smart with how he works, though.
True, but Hogan's quality of life. But look how he worked. He didn't work as tough as Christian worked.
No, but Christian don't. I don't think he got as injured as much as Hogan.
True. Christian wasn't a man. And by the man, he didn't carry the entire business on his back, dude.
But you know what though? Christian would have been willing to.
Yeah. I'm not saying
there's a certain pervert with power that didn't want to give him a chance.
Look, Vince. There's just some people. He wasn't big enough for Vince. God damn it, Christian doesn't make my dick hard. You know, and he didn't make him hard.
Just to hear that a guy like would self-sabotage one of his own guys bothers me. I know you've seen Todd Grisham on Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah, I saw it. Which also lets you know when the Undertaker was saying his ignorant shit about the W. Why would they pay all that money not to get you over? When he was talking about the WCW guys.
Easy.
Why'd he pay Christian to come back and not get it, and then just say Christian?
I mean, we were talking privately just recently, and you brought up about who was we talking about from ECW?
Raven.
No, but he would count too.
Two Cold Scorpio.
He was like they just signed him just so they could have him so he wouldn't be at WCW, and then they didn't do nothing with him. Well, they gave him a gimmick. They didn't have no serious plans. They didn't have, but they did something.
Flash Funk isn't a gimmick. It's the Godfather it's a sanitized Godfather before the Godfather was the Godfather. It wasn't with a man that wasn't him. He didn't have that mentality. He wasn't a good talker. Like, I promise you, if you watch a Two Cold Scorpio interview, he sounds like, "Oh, hey guys, yeah, it's me."
But it does look somewhat like a revamp of the old like Two Cold Scorpio and WCW.
Yeah, but he was dancing and he was by himself, and he wasn't trying to get ladies. He was telling kids go to school.
Yeah, but he already had those ladies. Those ladies was like, they was his hype man. Yeah,
he didn't need that though.
I agree with you. I do agree with you.
If you wanted Two Cold Scorpio to get over, you would have just been like, "Hey, dude, go wrestle," because he's gonna get over. Because wasn't nobody 250 pounds that looked like that doing somersault leg drops off the top rope. I mean,
that wasn't the era of people doing good wrestling. That was the era of catchy catchphrases and nonsense.
I mean, I actually, let's not even say that wasn't the era in the WWE. WCW had good matches in the middle of the main event and a Hogan promo because it was called the Luchadors and Dean Malenko, the cruiserweight division. Now everybody wants to be a cruiserweight. Nobody, what size you are.
It is true.
You know,
it is true.
What size are you? I'm 280, but my finish is a 450 splash. Stop it. Your finish should be a power bomb. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? That's what your finish is.
There is some big guys on the roster that get on the top rope. Like, I'll be confused, scratching my head every time Gunther gets on the top rope. It's like, why are we thinking about this? Why are we doing
he does his little eagle splash, bombs away. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's funny. But okay, but with him, when he used to do it in NXT, because he didn't do it all the time, like that was his last ditch effort to do a splash out the top rope. Like when he beat Pete Dunne, like he powerbombed that man like 6 times, and then he finally said, "Fuck it, I'm getting on the top rope and beating him with a splash," and that's how he beat him. But now he just does it randomly, and it never finished, you know. But I won't. But no, I hate that big guys get on the top rope for no reason and it doesn't count. They just do it. You know, if Braun Strowman get on the top rope and hit you with an elbow, it should be the older match. The match should be over. It doesn't matter what he does. If he hit you with a double stomp, you lay there. It's over.
I mean, Kane used to hop off the top rope and do that.
That's a clothesline.
Yeah.
Just one little clothesline. But the Undertaker used to do it when he was younger.
I mean, but in the 80s, if Kane did that top rope clothesline, that'd be the finish.
And when he was a Unabomber, that was his finish.
Was it? Okay.
So that was fine. To me, they lose so much with so many guys. You know, when they get on the top rope or they do a move, and moves don't count anymore. How many finishers do you see where they don't finish? And that I don't like. I feel like that's the art of wrestling that's gone. But I'm old.
So I hear you, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. I don't, and here's my thing. I'll see people talk about finish, and they'll say like, if you do your finish so many times, and and it's all these near close calls, and it's like, well, now I think your finish isn't effective, and it's like I hear you, but and I guess this is coming from like me, from a person that played, WWF, Warzone and all the games and stuff. You had to beat somebody down to get the finish.
Yeah.
So I always seen the finish was like, this is my signature. This is how I'm ending you. Like I worked to beat you down. Now we going for the final, the final thing. Not that whenever I pull this out, that's the end. I mean, sometimes that does happen, but that's rare occasions. But it's not like I'm not saying like you didn't finish him because of this move. You finished him with this move, and
Okay.
that's just
I
how
get
I
it.
see it.
But well, let's go back to the most fame ever of professional wrestling, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold hit a stunner, unless it was The Rock at WrestleMania. That was 1, 2, 3.
That's true.
You know, we can go to Hogan.
But
If
those
you got
big
a
pay per
boot and a
views,
leg
you did
drop,
pull out the multiple the finishers and stuff. And I get it. They do this on Raw now. I get you, but
that's my only issue. Unless if it's a title match, if it's a big title match, no move is protected. The only move I've seen them protecting is Braun Breaker's spear, because even through all the stuff that CM Punk went through, he didn't get speared. He didn't get speared. He got clotheslined, put through a table,
what you think of that
slammed.
match?
I feel like they're not in sync yet.
They're not in sync perfectly, but I like the match.
The
Especially
match
that
was
that after the Vision and Penta and them, like there was plenty of moments where I was like, damn, Braun's about to win this.
yeah.
And when he starts setting up for the spear, I was like, oh, Punk is a goner. He's out.
That's the only thing I didn't like about it. But so I just did the most replay worthy thing, other than him sparing speed. But the one of the most replay worthy things to set you up for my finishing move, but you still were able to knee me, pick me up, and knee me again. You should have been dead from that table spot.
I love that table spot, by the way.
And that's the reason I feel like they wasted it. That should have been in WrestleMania. And then he should have finished the match. That should be the finish of WrestleMania. The table spot, spear, new champion Braun Breaker.
He can still do it.
I'll remember by then. Some people might not.
You will. A lot of people forget. I think it was I think Charlotte Flair and Natalia had a match on Raw before Charlotte was called up.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said you wasting a really big pay-per-view match. And they said Vince said nobody remember.
And that's so it's like this. So Bruce said that so they used to have Coliseum home video in the 90s and in the 80s and 90s, right? So Bruce said that it was a greatest of Hulkamania, and they had like 4 volumes of this shit, right? Every year for like 4 years straight, there was greatest of Hulkamania DVD tape. So one time they just said, fuck it, we gonna put Harley Race and Hulk Hogan on here. Okay. So then they put it again on the same tape. So what do people have in the 80s? They have the same match. Doesn't matter if it's a different place. The match is the exact same. So it's the same spots, same high spots, same everything, same 2 people. And then that's when Bruce was like, fuck, I'm going to have to put these things together because these people don't know.
It's funny you bring it up. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, but I think the repetitions need to be done with Braun Breaker and CM Punk before they have that WrestleMania match. And yes, we will remember if he does that table spot again. I will anyway, because it was such a thing, because usually he just does it from the apron. This man jumped from the top rope.
Yeah.
All the way over.
And Punk wasn't laying on it.
Yeah, he was standing up, leaning up against it.
I thought that was so dope. Like I said, it reminded me of like stuff you could do on the WWE game.
Okay.
Like if somebody's like facing like backwards or something, if you hit signature or something, and then you the jump, he would just have to automatically turn around and take it.
I'm glad they fixed most of those mechanics in the newer games. But yes, I remember them.
But you mentioned about Coliseum Video. It's funny because on a lot of the they obviously RIP WWE DVDs, but when they had them, a lot of times they wouldn't put the pay-per-view match that somebody would have. Like on the Shawn Michaels one, they wouldn't put Mankind and Shawn Michaels Mind Games, but they put a Raw match that was kind of similar.
Yeah, it's like it. If you watch this, you've maybe watched all the mind games, man.
So it's like, all right, I got you.
Yep. And that's the reason I think we need house shows. Nothing wrong with house shows. I saw a house show of like, so this was in 96, late 96, early. It was late 96, maybe early 97. And it was a house show of the Steiner brothers versus the Outsiders. Now, later on, this was on like a Saturday. They were going to wrestle each other again on Monday. Exact same match. Exact same match. But there was only one or two things, except like we saw Scott Hall's balls sack. That was only different because they pulled down his tights when he was, and we just saw everything. But anyway, that was the only difference. That was the only spot that was different. They didn't pull his tights, but it was still the same kind of stuff, same match. But I feel like repetitions. Wrestling is it's an art and it's a dance. But the more you do it with that same partner, the better you get.
And that's a good way to fill somebody out and learn styles and learn spots that you like and stuff. And Sean said him and Razor did the ladder match like dozens of times in house shows, and he said they didn't really plan out or do a rehearsal for it at Mania, so they just said, well, what's some stuff we like from the house shows, and they just threw that. So I was like,
threw it together.
So more guys, I think more guys could use that. It'd be
I think that's the difference between when we do watch NXT and some of the NXT matches are so crisp.
Because they got all the time to practice and they have a performance center and
I can wrestle you 90 times before I wrestle you on TV.
I remember Bullet Club Cody shitting on that. He's like, oh man, you say such and such got a 5-star match at the takeover. Well, we better have it. He's like, he's got all that time to practice.
I remember that. And but then we can say the same thing if Cody wrestles Drew McIntyre one more goddamn time, which he will tomorrow. He will tomorrow.
Is that the three stages?
Yeah, the 3 stages of hell, which is also an exact match of Shawn. It's almost the exact match to a T of Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin from No Way Out.
And Cody has watched that so many times this month.
Yeah, he probably did. I want you to hit me with a stunner. That's not my move, Cody. My move is a Claymore.
Just do it anyway.
It's all right. We can do it. Come on. And there you go, easy. All of a sudden, if I see Drew hit a stunner tomorrow, I'm just gonna turn the TV off. Fuck this. I know Cody won. He hit him with a pedigree and then sledgehammered him, put his arm over him in the last stage in the cage match. Brandy ran out and playing Stephanie McMahon. No. But I didn't, because when he said the 3 stages of hell, I said, please do not say the cage match is the last one. If we didn't make it to 3, a steel. I said, oh, you motherfucker. I knew this was gonna happen because they only have 3 stages of hell once. They had it once and that was it. They don't use that match. Nobody uses that match. It got retired.
It's a staple in the video game though.
It's not even on this one, the one that came out.
It isn't.
You have a 2 out of 3 falls match, but that's it.
That's the same thing.
You can't add stipulations during the middle of the match.
Wow, no.
You can only add them before, and it's all 3 states, all 3 ones. So no, but no, it's okay. I don't know. I feel like they should have a 7-star match, but as many times as they've wrestled each other, and Drew never wins. But I guess it's a signal, the beginning of Roman Reigns coming out at the end and pointing to Cody like, I want my belt.
Randy's already told him that he's coming.
Randy's gonna lose it, Raw.
But see, I don't think is he gonna. You think he's gonna challenge him at Royal Rumble? Or I guess I thought Randy, in his mind, he was going to enter the Rumble and then challenge him.
Randy's getting thrown over the rope. Randy's not winning. It's Saudi Arabia. Of course,
but in his head, that's his plan.
Well, the voices in his head need to stop. No, you should have just came out with like John Cena and said, "I want to wrestle you for the belt. I feel like I deserve it."
Yeah, he has.
And it was
not this year. He hasn't done much. He's been
Cody should just give it to him off of legacy because Teddy Jr. is getting ready to go to jail, so he should give it to him for that. Before Teddy goes to prison, let's have a match together. Let Teddy be the referee. Teddy gonna need the money for the court costs. He stole all those.
It's been so long. Part of me thinks that he's probably gonna get out of.
His brother is doing 5 years,
but his brother did something crazy. Wasn't like a gun situation or something.
But he went to jail for this. He's doing 5 years for this.
Oh, okay.
For this, he's doing it.
Okay, because I'm thinking, didn't one of the DiBiase brothers like get some gun charge or something some
He
years ago?
probably got that too, but this is what he's doing the 5 years for because he pleaded guilty for it.
Hmm.
He pleaded, obviously the plea you don't do as many years, so he said, "Fuck it, I did it."
So what about Ted's situation? He
Ted
already.
said Ted can do like 10 years, but Ted is fighting. He's still in court now. His court case just started yesterday, or the day
Mm.
before. It started this week. And Ted DiBiase Sr. said that he wants the book because there's a book about it as well. He wants to sue the book creator, the author, because he feels like he is deprivation of character and he's losing money by the book being out.
And he didn't get no charges.
No.
Lucky him.
He's mentioned a bunch of times, but so is Brett Favre. So there's
Yeah, that was the first big name in all of this.
Oh yeah, Brett Favre is ahead of the whole thing. But they said no. They said he's been cleared of all charges, at least so far. The only
Somebody
person
got paid. Somebody got paid under the table.
only person of note is DiBiase, who we know is. I don't think DiBiase is going to jail, but I could be wrong. But he might not. He might
He's
not.
got God on his side. He's walking out of this.
How like he told that reporter, "What do you think about what happened to you? God bless you. God loves everybody." No, I won't. But if he does go to prison, I want Cody Rhodes to wear a free Teddy T-shirt on national television. I want him to do it.
I don't think he ever will publicly acknowledge him again.
I think he will. Maybe
he never
in the past
acknowledges
tense.
Bob Holly, so why would he acknowledge his?
Yes, he
his
does.
old...
Yes, he does.
Does he?
Because they asked, he acknowledged Bob because they asked him. It was Chris Van Vliet. I think he asked him about his moveset. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I do the." He said, "I try to take away a little bit of something from everyone that I worked with.
Oh,
that's the reason I do the Alabama Slam, because obviously that's Bob's finish, and he uses it.
I have heard him say that a couple of times, that he takes something away from everybody he works with.
We'll see him.
I love how he feels so comfortable just saying these wild things.
I mean, I think he's in there. I think he gets so much clemency, but just for the simple fact, like if Dominic wanted to say wild shit, I think he would get the same clemency as Cody, just because everybody loves your daddy. A lot of people grew up around you, the older guys from the business. They knew you when you were a kid or at least a teenager. And some of them knew you when you were a child, like, Diamond Dallas Page and Bruce Pritchard and all these other people knew you when you were a little boy. So they just look at all the kids lying. And his friends just like, oh, there's a Cody lie again. He's going to say some crazy shit.
He openly talks about the Cody lie. It was just like, yeah, let me tell you about the Cody lie. And it's like, what?
I mean, but you got to be that bold. The man got a tattoo of his logo on his neck.
Dumbest decision ever. And his black wife didn't talk him out of it.
Remember, she was mad. I'm pretty sure he was dreaming of her from the couch because he wasn't laying next to her for a little while.
And I'm listening to him explain it, and he's like, I feel if I'm believing this and this is going to be my brand, I need to wear the brand. And it's like, I hear you, man. But it's like, you could have got a t-shirt. And it's like, all right, and if you wanted a tat, why didn't you tat it on your chest?
On your arm. Like normal people.
No disrespect, but I didn't think of like women that get the neck tattoos on the side, and it's like a guy's name, and those are bad ideas.
Oh, the lipstick mark.
Yeah, but nobody gets the logo on their neck.
Hey, Dominic got a new neck tattoo, but it's right on his throat, so it looks kind of cool.
Does he?
Yeah, you got one right here.
Cool, but it's here. And you're walking around with a suit on, and you look like an
and it's just popping out off the side, because there's no such thing as a collar that comes up over your neck. Like right up here. You got to get a collar that comes up and always to your ear.
Get that removed.
Get it. He doesn't even need to get it removed because if you remember, I don't know if you heard him tell the story that he thought it was going to be smaller. And the tattoo artist was like, do you want to see how big this is? And he's like, no, just do it. But then he felt like it was going to be too big, but he said he was too macho of a man to tell that man to stop letting me see it because he already made the commitment. He didn't want to feel like less of a man. And then when he saw it, he was like, God damn, it's too big.
Okay, so now I got an idea of what he thought it was going to look like. I do have an idea. Yeah, I can see that.
He thought it was going to be maybe half the size of what it is.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's grown since he got a little bit bigger. He got a little bit thicker.
He could have put it
like it's stretched.
He could have put it right here on the chest. Like it would have, you would have seen it in every match. Like whatever.
Hey, it would have looked horrible after he tore that had that pec tear. It would have looked absolutely horrible after he tore that pec.
It would have. But he's got Dream. He could have just put it on this one. But the pec tear, it would have looked horrible. But I mean, there's a universe where maybe it didn't even happen. This could have changed the whole course of You know,
of his whole life, of his whole career. He would have stayed in AEW and been AEW
and
World
yeah,
Heavyweight Champion.
because he wouldn't agree to a stupid stipulation. If he lost, he never challenged for the belt.
No, I'm pretty sure that was his idea to be the people's champion. I think he wanted to be the people's champion, like
He
to
ended
have
up
the
not.
people. No, he was the
So
people's
people
filler.
turned on him.
I think in his mind, if he would have been like, "Hey, I don't want the belt," he would have felt like, "Hey, I've got the belt, and the people want me to have the belt, but I can't really fight for the belt." And then maybe somebody hit DDT Brandy, and then that's made him, "I'll fight for the belt," or something
Yeah, I
stupid.
think he did. I think he did have a plan for reversing that, but that was going to be 5 years after he buried everyone competing for the TNA, the TNT.
Everybody. I mean, he did. I feel like he gave to Sammy Guevara because that cutter off the top of that ladder was crazy and an
Yeah,
unnecessary bump to take when you know
who
you're
is
not coming
currently in
back.
purgatory.
He wrestled last night. He
Oh,
lost.
did he? Well, you see, that's a step.
He had a match against Bandino, and the winner
Okay.
was the winner of the match wrestles MJF for the AEW championship.
Oh, he wasn't going to win that.
No, Bandino just got the Dynamite Diamond ring. He's over. They took the tag titles off of him. I feel like they're pushing Bandino. I can see
Okay.
him being something in AEW. I don't think he's going to beat MJF. It doesn't even make sense. You have guys like Swerve and Samoa Joe and Kenny Omega out there.
I just had a conversation with a friend about, do I see Penta becoming champ, and I got no, but for the same reason.
I see Penta becoming tag team champ, and I see my future for Penta is the Lucha Brothers versus the Usos for the WWE World Tag Team Championships
That'd be
over
amazing.
and over again. I think that's going to be it. Eventually, I feel like the Lucha Brothers can turn heel and they'll still make money just because they're Mexican and they have masks.
Oh, the mask's always going to sell.
Exactly. So the mask will sell. Now,
He
I
could
don't
be a
see that.
heel and do something crazy, hit somebody with a chair, and then still do it walk.
Oh yeah, the walk is going to be over. He can and then say settle, miedo, and they were still chanting with it. But Alex Amargentes or whatever his name is, he is no longer with AEW, so they can put him with Penta and Ray Phoenix, and he can do the talking, so they can put the whole band back together.
I mean, they did try to do it in AAA, and then he got hurt. But he's back. I didn't even know he was healed.
Yeah, he's back because he came back and interfered in the match, so he's back. But hey, hope man, if he would have came back, maybe Dominic wouldn't have got hurt by his deadbeat dad,
who is putting out workout videos on Instagram, so he's not feeling too bad about it.
Oh no, well maybe he's giving the proceeds to Dominic. I mean, but back to what we were really talking about, women. Now, when it comes to women, women, I think I'm going to see. Like in WWE, I want to see Jada come up and kill it. Kiana James, I will always cape for my sister, Kiana James. She's going to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
I want her to hit Jade with that 401k and get a pin. But honestly, I see her being a U.S. champion and feuding with Julia down the line. I see Julia being a major baby face eventually, not now, because people don't get it.
If they can figure it out, hopefully.
I think that they just the same formula as Asuka's formula. There's nothing wrong with it. If anybody can do it, it's a woman. It's Julia. Have her go on a winning streak, beat everybody. Well, she's learning English. She's half Japanese, so there you go. I think she's it. Sol Ruka, I think that's who if they take all these women away from NXT.
Is she getting called up?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. But if you threw her name out, so I was like, oh, I didn't know.
I think she should be the face of the women's NXT, the women's division in NXT, like not Jacy Jayne. Let her be it, and then break her up with Zarya, and let Zarya be the top heel. Zarya's she's a big girl. She's an Australian girl. They love the Australian girls. Mommy's always on top. So how come Zarya can't be on top? As the top heel. And you already got Soul. People love Soul. They love the move anyway. The Soul Snatcher.
Yeah, they like Soul, and the move is dope.
Shout out to Shaw, who hates the Soul Snatcher.
Oh, I didn't know that, because I know he likes her.
Oh, he hates. Yes, he loves her, but he hates the move because he thinks she's gonna land on her neck and kill herself.
Yeah, I mean she has.
Not yet, but she'll get older one day.
She'll move on to a different move.
Like Nikki Bella, after Nikki said, "Well, my neck's hurt, so I'm not going to do the rack attack anymore." Yeah, that makes sense. She should. She should. Stephanie Vercure, I feel like she's over just because she does the Devil's Kiss, but that's fine. You know,
She was over before that, but that definitely enhanced things. But she also should be thanking Booker T.
Yeah, man. So should the Trick.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people. I know people going to say what they want to say about Book, and you know that Book's a kiss ass, and Book's Uncle Tom. But Books, I mean, they will.
I think the problem with that, and I can see it because there was a way I seen Book, especially as a kid in WCW and in WWE. I seen him, and so I think the way he presented himself on TV before we got King Booker and then the comedy Booker on in TNA. Before we got that serious side of him, that was what I guess I assumed he was off camera too.
Yeah.
And so to see some of the things he does say, it was like, man, it's not what I thought Booker's take would be. Yeah, yeah. So I get that. But, once I gotta think like this is, he's his own man. I don't know this man personally. And so now I just know his takes ain't what I thought they would be. Now I know what his takes is gonna be. Now I know what usually I know what his opinion is gonna be. Like I'm not shocked.
Book is a company man.
Let's
put that out there. Book is a company man.
And he has all the reason to be.
Yeah, he's vested. If we were talking about somebody who got time in, other than Ron Killings.
Yeah, he's he works there, and then his own company kind of serves as a feeder system to theirs. You can't break ties with that bridge.
No, not at all. And I say that look at the people of color. I think Booker has helped people of color, and I'm not just gonna say black people but when he sees a black person that he really likes, he pushes for them, and you can see it even on commentary, like Trick.
Yeah,
like he didn't train Trick, but he was caping for Trick, like in real life. He was helping when Mello was still there. He was always commenting on Mello.
I mean, he'd always comment on New Day too. He'd always say how he wants them to be more serious, and he said that out of a place of love. Like I want them to succeed, and then he wasn't there to speak on her when she was there, but I do know he played a big role in starting out for Athena.
Yeah. Because Texas, she grew up. She's a Texas girl, and he's a Texas dude. So he knew her from the Indies when she was around.
Yeah, I think she wrestled in reality wrestling for a minute.
In reality wrestling, she did. So all the people, I feel like, granted, you can say that Booker isn't the Mr. You black, you say something racist, I'm gonna beat you up in the W.
And that is definitely what I expected from him. Look, listen, I'm not about to tell you my age. I'm grown.
He's 16, ladies and gentlemen. He's barely legal.
And I'm
barely legal.
And even to this day, I am still mad about him and Triple H. Like not even like the match for sure, but the promo before it.
People like you. The people like you, bro.
I was upset. One, because being a black kid and a fan, usually not too much even like race really gets involved in most wrestling angles. So it's not something you expect. So when he said something like that, it got under my skin, obviously. But then I was like, it's all good because Booker T's about to beat this nigga. He's gonna take his belt, and then he did not. So now I got to rethink about the promo, and I'm like, no, like now I'm even more mad. Because what you said now it gives validation to what you said. I don't like this.
So Tripp is my guy. I've stated like it's Hogan, Triple H. I guess I love the wrestlers. But when I felt like, okay, this is setting up for Booker T to defeat him. It doesn't make any other sense.
Dude, I thought Booker had this. I'm sorry. I really thought he had it ever since he won, because he eliminated The Rock in the Battle Royal to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And Rock even kind of gave him the cosign. He gave him he looked at him. He's like, yeah, you got me. And it's like, Rock don't do that to many people. So I was like, Booker's on his way. And so I thought this. I was on for the whole ride, man. I really thought Booker had this.
And I thought he was over. And then the pedigree. And then the slow crawl over. And then They're barely pinning him, but he's still getting the 3. Is he dead? You know, did you shoot him, Triple H?
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you know, but that was during Triple H. Triple H was a tyrant. That was when he
Yeah.
became, you know, the Golden Shovel. That was Golden Shovel Triple H at his
Yeah.
finest.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner, Goldberg, Booker T, and guess what they all had in common? They worked at WCW.
Nash too.
And Kev. Yeah, Kev. Jericho was still on Raw at that time too. The only person he put over was Batista and Randy Orton.
Did he put over Randy?
Not really. I mean,
there was a time that he really, and that was another thing. There was a weird moment towards the end of his run where Triple H would have a feud with somebody at Mania. He would beat him, and then they would win at like the backlash. Like we have the big angle with Randy, which even nowadays, like there's always memes being made about 2009 Randy Orton, and like that was like the big, that was like his Randy's big moment,
Randy.
and I thought he was gonna win it at Mania, and they had, and I don't know, people might get upset now, but there was a lot of people agreeing with me at the time. They had one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time.
It was slow, but it was Randy's slowness and Triple H's slowness, and it wasn't.
I do get what they were attempting, and it didn't work. Also, what they were attempting wasn't what they set that match up to be. That match was set up to be a big, violent brawl.
That was a fight. That was supposed to be a fight, not a wrestling.
Yeah, like that was. So it was just like, I don't know.
But I don't count. So by 2009, that's when I felt like Triple H matches weren't good anymore. You watch a Triple H match just to hear the Motorhead and see him spit. I did anyway.
Oh, and then in Mania, he had the elaborate entrance.
And the elaborate entrance was the Conan, the Terminator. Like you watch it for the Mania entrance. And I loved them. I loved all the Mania.
Yeah. No, I did too. I like the one where Stephanie cuts the speech about, I don't know what she was rambling about. Pretty much about people being slaves to them, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I remember that one. And then he came out and they walked down together. I mean, the one with where the girls, well, some of the horsewomen, Alexa, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte took off the robe, and he took the helmet off, and he had the stern face, and Time to Play the Game hit. It was, but after that, I can say this: after he had the Evolution run, and after the DX run, it was just, I'm here to make my money, and then I'm going to write the show. And that was it.
No, that's definitely true. And he was already playing boss, and then but when it's Mania time, it's time to get my bonus check.
Yeah, when it was Mania time, we're gonna put King of Kings on the back burner because I'm coming out to Time to Play the Game, because that means it's wrestling time.
This man had 2 different wrestling theme songs.
Yep, one just to walk out for. Behold the King of Kings. And but you knew when you heard Time to Play the Game, oh, he's gonna fight this time, and that's what that literally meant. Oh, he's gonna wrestle.
Oh god! It reminds me. It reminds me of the old Batman cartoon. Joker would have his own theme music before he came. Yeah. Why did he need that?
Because he's just as big as a character as the main character. He's just as big as character as Batman. They made a whole movie about the Joker, and it had nothing to do with the Joker. The real, at least the Batman Joker. Man. 2 movies. So, he was obviously there, but with Triple H, you knew if you heard King of Kings, he's going to come out in a suit and say some dumb shit. And then, Time to Play the Game. He's going to wear a leather jacket this time. And that's exactly what it was. Exactly what it was. Or maybe wrestle. But, so that was the difference. Hey, Hogan had 2 themes. NWO music and Voodoo Child at the same time.
Well, yeah. But see, NWO was for everybody. When Voodoo Child came on, you knew it was Hollywood time.
Well, actually, when Hogan, the ending theme was the NWO, but he would come out to Voodoo Child. But after he got done cutting the promo, it would be the NWO song because they They didn't have the right to play Voodoo Child a second time.
Oh wow. Okay. I probably never paid attention.
So they only could play 5. They could only play 3 minutes of the song before it
Whoever's
was like
idea it
a.
was to run those NWO tags on there, they deserve a bonus.
They do. New World Order for life.
Because that was like definitely ahead of his time. That was like,
and I mean, you can't never get that back because that was it was organic. It felt organic, and it felt like it was propaganda at the same time.
yeah. And I'm sure that's what they were like going for, but like,
It was.
I guess they wouldn't have known, like, 10 years later that a bunch of rap songs would come out with the DJ tags on them. Like,
DJ Khaled.
and the Rick Ross Maybach music stuff, how they just spams the song. But like that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, those NWO tags on there was
genius. Bad boy, baby. But all types of random shit. But
yeah.
NWO was definitely ahead of their time just by that. And I would love to see something similar, like with somebody. But and it's been long enough. NWO will be 30 years old this year, man. So I think it'll be time for people to run it back. I'd run it back.
Godfather just came out and said that he was offered a spot in NWO.
I saw that. I don't see it. It don't make sense. I mean, he's cool enough. I'm not saying that.
Well, but, when I read the article, it made sense. I think this was before he was Godfather, and he was pretty much going to be what Virgil was.
No, I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, and he said the amount he was asking for, they wasn't willing to pay. They offered him a low amount, and I think they was talking to him and Virgil, I guess around the same time. Yeah, and I guess Virgil took that money. I mean, I guess it was more than what he was making at the time. He wasn't making anything. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at Mr. Mike Jones. Rest in peace, Virgil.
Yeah.
And Virgil was a shot at being Vincent. He was Vincent then when he went to the NWO. Because Virgil was a shot at Dusty.
Yeah.
Vincent was a shot at Vince. So
he was just cool. Yeah, name me anything.
Yeah. Name me anything. As long as you run my checkup, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
He probably made the less out of the NWO, but hey, he made the least. But he was fine. He was fine. He was. I feel like he was a memorable addition, and I think he mattered. Like he was the one you could beat up, and it was okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't touch a Hogan, all our Nash, and because then it wouldn't be okay. Our Giant, when he was in the NWO, you could beat up a 6, but you're gonna get beat up by the other 2, Wolfpack if you beat up 6. And you can't get to Hogan because everybody's protecting Hogan. And DiBiase didn't take bumps because he could literally sue you if he took a bump because he was priceless at that point anyway in his life because of the Lars in London.
Yeah, but I say, yeah, did he have the con? Yeah.
Yeah, he was part of that group with Rick Rude and everybody else.
It's funny because as a kid, I didn't know that DiBiase wrestled. I just thought he was a manager.
Oh, you did? That makes sense. That makes sense. You didn't know that about the $1 Million Man and WrestleMania 4.
So yeah, I didn't know about that, but I knew about $1 Million Man, but I just seen him like with Andre or
yeah,
or with Austin or what I'm saying, like so. Yeah. I just seen him as a manager. I didn't know. So first time I see him in wrestling gear, I was like, what?
What the fuck did Ted rep? But no, I mean, I think it's like that with a lot of people. Like we were talking earlier about Jerry Lawler. Like how many people don't know Jerry history as being a legitimate champion in territories as a wrestler? Bobby Heenan when he used to wrestle in Indianapolis. Because I didn't know if Bobby wrestled. My mother told me Bobby wrestled because she had seen Bobby Heenan wrestle in person. And I was like, I didn't know he wrestled. I knew he took bumps, took them very well,
right.
But I didn't know he wrestled. And then, now you can find old tapes of Bobby being in Japan working and like, what? He was bumping like it? People don't bump like that now,
Oh, man.
Which granted is why Bobby probably was upset at that time when Brian Pillman touched him and Bobby's neck was already messed up, He was heated. I don't blame him. I mean, that's when
didn't Bobby Heenan say something about with Ultimate Warrior?
Everybody said something about Ultimate Warrior. Jesus.
About like I think he wrestled him.
Oh yeah. So there was a match, and I think it was Warrior versus Andre, and if Warrior beat Andre, he had to put the weasel suit on Bobby Heenan. So he clotheslined the shit out of Bobby. Like the same force that he would clothesline Andre, and Andre said, "You hurt me." You hurt Andre. You goddamn well know you almost killed Bobby.
Yeah.
But if you hit him with the same force, which he did, because I saw that close time, I was like, God damn. Because like I said, Heenan bumped, so he would do like maybe a Kurt Hennig bump, a flip. Motherfucker just crumbled.
Nobody told him like, hey, take it easy on Bobby.
Why should I have to tell you to take it easy on Bobby and you know this man don't wrestle?
Well, this man don't seem like he operates normally. He don't seem like he.
You don't say random shit to a kid that hurts their feelings in the airport.
You know, but he did it anyway. And then know that there was people to witness it and still deny it.
Yeah, I didn't do it, Vince. Well, you need to apologize, Jim. I don't need to apologize for something I didn't do. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, just do it.
But there's multiple.
Just do it as the warrior.
Just do it as the warrior. I am the warrior. Shut up, you crazy bastards. Because no. That's the reason I'm going to say this. And I know I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation on the platform that obviously this would be on YouTube. But I've had this conversation on the platform. Hogan, anybody that had Ultimate Warrior as their favorite wrestler was a dumbass. It was stupid.
That's a wild statement to make.
You a dumbass. You are a motherfucking idiot. I'm telling you this right now. You're stupid. Well, you were a stupid kid.
Well, I feel
you
like...
want to know why? The promos didn't make sense.
But it didn't make sense. Though, I think that's what makes him so cool. I feel like he's like a live action 80s cartoon. Like he's got the suit like a Thundercat, He-Man type thing. Like he so it feels like it. Now, obviously, He-Man made sense when he talked. I'm not saying he's a replica. What I'm saying is it just captures that vibe of like that action cartoon thing. So while he's rambling about something, it makes you feel like you're watching some cartoon about some guy fighting the darkness in another planet or something. It feels like it because he's rambling about, whatever nonsense he's saying.
Sir, no.
I did not mean to disrespect your hero.
This is Lion-O from Thundercats. This is He-Man. They make sense. You might
right.
He-Man. If you put a wig on Hulk Hogan, he looks like He-Man if you shaved his mustache. But he made sense, brother. Like there might be some shit that's just crazy. So I'm hanging and banging, dude. Venice Beach, and I looked at my brother Bruda. Yes, okay, he took the long way, but at least made sense at the end. The Ultimate Warrior. The only thing that made sense is, and you will. No, stop it. No.
But like there was a lot of action stuff from the 80s where it was just random things that kind of were cool phrases, but it just like go back.
He didn't have a phrase. Warrior out in the heavens. You came on a t-shirt?
Like I've seen like, old comics from early 90s, late 80s that are just like this stuff it doesn't mean anything. And so I feel like he kind of like just embodies like that same energy, a similar, not the same. Obviously, he's a little worse, but it is that high. Like you got caught in the intensity of it. He looks kind of cool. He's got the long hair. He's jacked and he's rambling, but you don't know what he's talking about, but you feeling it, like because it sounds kind of cool if you don't think about it too long. Like he just.
So I want to say this. So in my household, my mother's favorite WWF wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior. Not her favorite wrestler, but her favorite WWF wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
So I had to ask. I was like, how? And she said, because he's sexy. I said, okay. I accept that because you find him attractive. I don't find Hulk Hogan attractive because I am not gay. And he wasn't. But the bottom line is that makes sense. But as a child, if you are a little boy and you said your favorite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior, you're on crack right now. Right now, you're doing crack, and it's okay. You're a crackhead. But no, the Ultimate.
As kids, there was people back that was like in the anime and like or was into Dragon Ball Z. But I don't think like there was some kids, not everybody, obviously. There's there's definitely people you can talk to that will run through all these storylines and how such and such did what. But there was some kids that just like these are jack dudes that is fighting and getting strong and getting glowing hair. I'm down for it. And I think that's the same thing with Ultimate Warrior. He's a jack dude. He's talking nonsense, but I'm hyped. He's hyped. I'm ready to see it. And I think that's it.
I get it. I like Dragon Ball as well. But Goku is a piece of shit. And I like Vegeta.
I'm a Vegeta fan too. I'm a big Vegeta fan.
Goku is a deadbeat dad. Okay, America, world, Goku is a deadbeat dad. The Ultimate Warrior was a horrible father. He was a horrible man.
Do you
So
have
was Hulk
kids?
Hogan. Yeah, the 2 daughters and 2 little girls.
I didn't know
Remember
that.
the Dana Warrior? Actually, I don't know if he was a horrible father. He died when they were young, so probably didn't even get a chance. He probably talked to them the same way he talks to us. You know.
If he just could have lived a little bit longer, man, he would be living in paradise in this MAGA world. He would be loving it.
Yeah, he would.
He would have reconciled with Hogan and did a commercial for
No, him and
American beer.
Hogan would have did it together. They would have did it together. They would have been the Mega Maniacs, and they would have been like, you know, something. And they both would have cut it in full promo. He would have had red, white, and blue face paint. He would have ran up there. He probably would have had his heart attack on the stage when he was just like,
That's how
and
he
they
would have wanted
are
to go
proud.
out. He would
No,
have
yeah,
wanted to go out like
probably true. I mean, it would have been the most talked about dumbest shit ever. You know.
that.
The reason our country's going to shit, but with shit like that is what we do. And I mean on both sides. I'm tired of seeing celebrities being the people
He
on
would have
any of these things.
volunteered to work with ICE.
No, he would have been the Ultimate Warrior, the bounty hunter. I'm sure I would have been stopped by him. You look forward, and Warrior Wellness will send you to Venezuela. And then he clothesline me or some shit, and then shoot me 6 times in my knees and send me to a place I've never been in my whole life because I'm brown and brown people don't belong there.
You remember a video of him arguing with kids at a college?
Yes, I remember that. I watched it. I watched it live because I watched it on C-SPAN.
He was Charlie Kirk before.
He really was. At least Charlie could do a full sentence. I don't think Jim could.
No, he was just yelling and saying slurs.
I know. They was like, "Why you look stupid?" I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm watching this.
Who invited?
No, okay. So let's just talk. So I found out that there was a group. I forgot. It was called CFS. It was like a business company. They made millions of dollars. So they told them, if you get these projections for the next 2 months, we're going to send you to Las Vegas and we're going to have a wrestling match between the CEO and the owner. They're going to have a wrestling. So they had this shit. So basically, they paid for their people to go from Minnesota. They paid them all to go to Minnesota to have this place. They rented the venue, and it was like 20,000 people. So it was 20,000 employees. No, 6,000 employees. 6,000 employees and their families. So maybe about 8,000 people, right? So we got 8,000 people here, and they flew them out, and they let them go see Circus Soleil the night before. You're thinking about all this. This is a lot of fucking money, and this happened in '97.
Okay.
So in '97, they flew all these people. So they're here. So then you see Brutus the Barber Beefcake come out in '97. Now, if you remember Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Ed Leslie does not own the copyright name of Brutus the Barber. So in '97, he was the Booty Man, but he came out as Brutus, but he couldn't say Beefcake. So he came out, and then he had Hulk Hogan. So Hulk Hogan was in one guy's corner, and Brutus Beefcake was in the other guy's corner. Hulk Hogan's appearance fee was $500,000.
Just to be in the corner?
Just to be there. His appearance fee to show on Nitro was $500,000 too. Just to let you know.
Jesus.
So he made $500,000. This is $500,000 in 2000. No, it was $250,000. Take it back. So $250,000 in '97 money. So let's just talk. That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
In '97, he came out as Hulk Hogan, not Hollywood Hogan. In '97, he was black and white as a heel. He still had the beard, but he had on the red and yellow at the same time.
This is just a side quest.
This is a side quest. So he came out, cut out a Hulk Hogan promo, and then they had these 2 people wrestle. They had secretaries wrestle. The 2 guys ran into each other, and then Hogan said, "It's a draw, brother." And then Michael Buffer was the fucking ring announcer. He was he had $1 million every time he said, "Let's get ready to rumble."
Man, they could afford Michael Buffer.
They went under 2 months later. No, 2 years later.
Not surprised.
The whole company.
They paid for this. I can only imagine what other things they paid for as well.
I was like, I wish I worked there and got some of those perks and saved my money and didn't spend frivolously. Man, I'd be okay.
Man.
Granted, in '97, I wasn't old enough to have a job, but I wish I was.
Right.
But anyway, we went off topic. But yes, people, we got all these people. But I know you're a Bullet Club fan. If Shaw was here, I know he is too. But the Bullet Club officially died
Yes.
last week. It's over. It's in. It's over and done with. It lasted longer than the NWO. Its popularity was probably a little bit shorter than the NWO's, but it lasted longer than the NWO. New Japan made a ton of money with those Bullet Club shirts. How do you feel about the end of the Bullet Club?
I mean, in a lot of people's eyes, they had wrote it off maybe a year or so earlier. I mean, I think it was about time. But I think the funny thing about that is I don't feel this like way. It was like, it was needed to happen. It kind of was dying off anyway. What I really feel like is the aftermath of it, because like you made this announcement, you did all that. It makes me wonder, is this furthering like New Japan trying to distance themselves from AEW?
I can definitely see that, and I feel like New Japan needs to get rid of their relationship with AEW.
And I've heard somebody, and I forgot who it was, but it was somebody in New Japan that was pretty much saying they don't want it. And I think they might have been in character when they said it, but they did say they didn't want. They're tired of seeing AEW people come over and beat the. Well, actually, no, they couldn't have been in character when they said this. They said, all they do is come over and they're getting stuff out of it, but New Japan's not. So, and they're not wrong, really.
But I feel like this is what AEW does with everybody. So like even when Mercedes won that European the title of Europe, right? But she lost it to Alex Windsor. And she's part of AEW, so she only lost the title to another AEW person. She didn't lose the title to someone in their own company. Obviously, when she lost the TNT title to Willow, she lost it to another AEW person, right?
Yeah.
And then if we take the TNA title when they were messing with Impact, and which Swan lost to Kenny Clean, like no, it wasn't even clean. It was through some shenanigans with Don Callis, right?
Yeah.
He lost to Kenny, but then they had him lose it to Christian, and Christian had to lose the title and gave it back to Impact. But it wasn't even on Impact TV. It was made sure it was on AEW TV.
Yeah, that was.
I feel like
that was something Impact should have not have let happen.
And I feel like if AEW gets in a partnership with anyone, they're always going to make sure their guys look better than the next person.
But see, that's the thing when talking like and doing partnership, it should be like this is a partnership. Like we both got to get something out of this.
And that's true. And maybe I think this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I think WWE is a better partner to TNA than AEW has been to anyone.
No, I think it's fair, especially after they're letting now the guys do so much. Like we had TNA people at Saturday Night's Main Event. John Cena's last match, like it was a big deal.
Leon Slater.
Joe Hendry was at WrestleMania.
Joe Hendry was still under TNA facing Randy Orton, whether he won or lost. And shout out to Shahid. I know you upset that you felt like he should have went over, but he shouldn't have went over on Randy.
I think he should have not gotten the second RKO, but between now and then, like it's in the rear view. Nobody cares. But it looked like a sign. It looked like one of those like, oh man, this dude about to get buried. I guess that's what it looked like. But no, he was back and doing stuff. And I mean, hell, he's on NXT. He's now a WWE guy. He's on NXT, and he's just on SmackDown.
Yeah, he was just on SmackDown, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, they've taken away all the faces of NXT over Femi, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams are all gone, and they were the faces of NXT. And yes, the face. If you don't watch NXT, the face of NXT was black. When it came to males, it was black. Women.
It has been for a while. Like but yeah, even before Obi, I mean, we had it was a whole thing with Trick and Carmelo, and yeah, like it's been like that for a while.
Oh yeah, so it was. And speaking of NXT, I think Dragunov, they're going to put Dragunov to the moon. I would like to see Dragunov versus Cody Rhodes now that he's not the U.S. champ.
Oh yeah,
I think that'll be a nice match. But no, but back to what you were saying, NXT was definitely black. And it's been that way. It's been urban for a while now, especially after Shawn took over. It's been very urban. Granted, just before that, we had the Gunther, but Gunther was just from people that watch NXT UK, and Gunther was just a bleed over from NXT UK because he wasn't in regular NXT too long. And then Bron Breakker, he ruled NXT, but you also had Mello right there behind Bron Breakker, and they had classics together.
Yeah.
And then right after that, it was they whooped that era, and now we have Ricky Saints, and I think Joe Hendry. It's not going to be as urban, but we love Joe. They pushing OTM back into the main event tag team scene without Miss Parker this time because they said they're going to call her up too. Lola's gone, but they got Soul. There's our Soul sister. Not really, but you know. If we look hard enough,
she's gonna do great things.
By the way, that's our most viewed. Segment is us talking about the blackness of Sol Ruca and Kiana James. People saying? They didn't comment. But we got like 60% likes on theirs. Some people just kind of disliked it. That's fine. As long as you looked at it, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
If you like it or not. Fine. But no, they didn't say too much about it. See, I mean, I think
I think
NXT.
I mean, if you got listen, and I don't want to be that person to be like somebody's not black enough. I guess I've already looked that way. But I guess my whole thing is when you say things like, well, this is our queen sister, or even like with the Cody, you know, just that's not, he don't count because he's
Cody
not
Rakeem Rhodes.
But those things, but like, I guess my concern with that is when you start saying that stuff about people like that who aren't even like appear as black or presented like that, this starts now making me feel like you are looking for anything that just doesn't look black to barely qualify and then use that as your representation of black. And I just don't want that to be a thing. Which now, by the way, now if she was to come out and, you know, be talking about, you know, taking, you know, ownership of blackness, then I'd be like, yeah, all for it. But if she ain't, why are we throwing this on her? Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. I don't have no beef with Soul.
Definitely.
I don't, you know, I don't have no beef with biracial people. I don't want them to come attacking me or, you know.
I mean, no, obviously we can't. We're hyping up Jada Parker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she's a biracial girl. Yeah. Obviously, she appears. Right. There's no mistaking that there's no mistaking that there's some African American in that girl. She's something of color. You know, you're not gonna you can mistake Soul and be like, "Hello, young white lady." You know, you want some potato salad with raisins in it? Yeah, guys. Like that's what you would give her because you would think that that's who she is, and that's fine.
The sad thing is, her dad will talk exactly like that.
I know.
I still have beef with him in his peanut butter video, and you know what? Even though I know that he is right, that's how peanut butter is supposed to look, I'm still mad because I know what peanut butter is supposed to look like, and it's not like the creamy stuff that he showed me. Even if it really is supposed to, it's not. It's not supposed to.
That's not my peanut butter.
It's not my.
Why don't you just make your own peanut butter? Why don't you just make your own peanut butter at home? Why don't you just do it?
Well, if it's supposed to look like that, I just don't think I'll ever.
It won't. It will, but it won't. It will, but it won't. Once you use the food processor, because I've done it before. I did it just because I had a food processor and I was with children. But it's fine. You can do it. My kids loved it.
Okay.
You can also make your own milk. That's easier. You know, like peanut milk.
Peanut milk? I never heard of it.
You can make peanut milk. You can make milk out of any nuts. Except nuts.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Well,
but yeah, you can make milk out of
I have no desire.
No. You can the man milk, but you know, you can
I made the move to almond milk some years ago, and I thought I was doing something, and then they tell me that I'm not.
You're not. No.
You should be doing this, and then now I've come to terms like, listen, everything's bad. I've made this move. I'm not moving nothing else. I might try oat milk. I've tried it in a hotel. It wasn't bad, but no, I'm sticking with almond milk for now. My kids like it. I like it. Well, my wife likes it.
So the family likes the milk. Your family,
we're almond milk. Yeah.
In my house, there's no milk because I'm lactose intolerant, and I don't like milk that much.
Man, sorry to hear that.
No.
So what do you eat with your cereal?
I don't eat cereal. I eat oatmeal.
I eat oatmeal during the week at work, but I still, man, I eat like a kid, man. I want some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I want some Fruit Loops.
See, I know that's good and all. So see, with me, my kids, my son doesn't eat cereal with milk in the first place. He just eats cereal. Like if he wants some
My kid
cereal,
does
he
that
just
stuff too. She eats with milk, but like she can eat it like with like if she's like
just
I'm not feeling milk today, I can just eat the like what? That's weird.
and
I don't
me,
like it.
the last box of cereal I bought was like 6 years ago, and it's sitting at the top of the shelf right here. But
What was it?
it was He-Man.
Okay, okay, okay.
But that was the last box of cereal I bought because I don't like cereal like that. And if I do eat cereal, it has to be Corn Chex.
Okay.
I'm an old man and I eat like old man, but I prefer oatmeal. Put a little whey protein in my oatmeal
You know, have you tried
and
the
a little creatine and something, and a dab of all natural peanut butter.
I feel like that's how The Rock
And that's
eats
it
his oatmeal.
for me.
You hear me?
Hold
You hear
on,
me?
sir. I cannot hear you. It's probably me. It is. But anyway, I guess that's it. That was it. Peter's gone. I'm gone. 2026, people. What do you think of it? Crazy year, crazy time. I don't know what you guys are wanting to expect, but I expect nothing but crazy stuff from the WWE, from AEW, from New Japan, from TNA, from the Juggalo Wrestling, JCW. Man, it's 2026. It's heck of a year. And this is Rope Break. He was the Peter Wesley. Am elderly and pissed Alexander. And remember, you do not have to tap out. You can always make it to the ropes for a rope break. Like, comment, and subscribe.